out of the night that covers it. Like it's a bit from pole to pole. I think whatever God's may be from our comfortable soul. In the fell touch and circumstance, I was once nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody, but I'm bowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears, rooms for the heart is shade, and yet the midst of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. See, it matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment and stroll. I'm the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul. We do this last two lines again. I'm the master of my fate. I'm the captain of my soul. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. We can do better than that. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So I decided to go in a different direction. My AI speech that I had written, I'm not going to go that direction. We'll speak from the heart, because that's important. President Malcolm, this esteemed staff, the work that you do in our community is countless, and it means a lot to us all within the community. So before we get started, let's give our staff again and President Malcolm a big round of applause. Also, the parents and supporters that are here tonight, recognizing that on a Friday night before the Super Bowl, the fact that y'all saw the value to come in and support the men and women that are graduating tonight, give yourself a big round of applause. And then last but certainly not least, the graduates, for the work and testimony fortitude, all the work that you put forth. So, to give you context, those of us that are familiar, for whatever reason, Invictus, the poem that I recited at the very beginning, William Henley, who's the author, if you don't know, was dealing with a lot of challenges at the time he wrote this poem, to include that his son was going through a serious sickness. But the reality of it is oftentimes the message that we want to convey this evening is about resilience and perseverance. The last two lines I felt like it was important to emphasize that is because when it comes to the work that you do and being a graduate and looking at the different professions that you may be pushing forward, it's important to recognize that even through all those trials and tribulations, you can never forget what your purpose in life is. So I want to leave you with a couple of nuggets that I think that are important. As I continue to traverse throughout our county and throughout our country, we all can say that we're all dealing with some perilous times right now. We're dealing with a lot of things in our community, a lot of things that we're not proud of. But you as respected leaders, you all play an integral role about who we are and what we should represent. So it's three things I want you to take away from my short speech. I don't know how many of y'all are familiar. One of my favorite leaders is Stephen Covey. Stephen Covey is the author of the book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And one of the three tenets that he pushed forth is about three things. So graduates, I need to repeat after me. Repeat, say knowledge, skill, and design. The elements that he thought was important, what you've gotten from your graduation is that you got a knowledge base. You got a perspective of how do I take my capacity from what I've learned from my professors, what I've learned from the staff, what I've learned from the respective instructors about who I am. So knowledge is important. It's about your capacity. Skill is always about the how. How do I take the work? How do I take my respective area of importance? And I continue to elevate that. So your skills are important. And again, you got that through your learning experience. But let me tell you what's the most important thing that you ever can take away when you talk about development. And the last one is desire. Desire is to want to do something. Desire is to want to make a change in your community. It's the desire is about making changes in your family. It's about making changes in your professional life. So if you understand that if you don't come to the table with the desire to want to do something different, guess what? The knowledge and the skill really doesn't matter. So always remember that all that you do and all the messages that you'll get as you continue to grow within your profession and you continue to do great things in the community, that you always got to come to the table with the desire. Why do I say that? It's going to be difficult sometimes to get up in the morning and go to the job. It's going to be difficult sometimes to deal with the challenges that you may be dealing with in your families. But when it's all said and done, if you know that you're moving for a greater good, you're moving for a greater purpose, for me in my space, public service, that's what it's all about. Because I realize every morning when I get up, it's not about me. It's about serving the community in which I've had the opportunity to serve. So understanding that, that's important. So the last thing I'll leave with you is called the Beatitudes. And I ask that you repeat after me with this one. So the Beatitude says, blessed are the flexible. Say it again. Blessed are the flexible, for they will not be bent out of shape. Let's try that again. Blessed are the flexible, for they will not be bent out of shape. So if you understand that short premise about being flexible in all that you do and recognizing there's always going to be change in all that you do, then flexibility will take you a long way in life. So with that, again, congratulations to the graduates on behalf of the 3,500 employees in Clayton County. Thank you for what you do, and God bless you in the graduation.